Imagine staring into a digital tornado. We're looking at a blog titled The Chronically Online Algorithm. Its header is a wall of hieroglyphics, emojis, and cryptic links, and the posting volume is staggering, cataloging thousands of posts a year. Curious, but underneath the chaos, a meticulously structured primer maps out the exact architecture of the internet's psyche. This diagram shows how the author sorts data into three foundational pillars. First is esotericism, the search for hidden spiritual knowledge. Second is conspiracy, the tracking of political cover-ups. Third is futurism, focusing on artificial intelligence and the technological singularity. A single unifying thesis binds these disparate fields. The official, mainstream narrative of our reality is fabricated. Unearthing the actual truth requires digging into the raw, unfiltered data that slips through the cracks. Which brings us to the ultimate real-world test case for this worldview. Recently, massive troves of heavily redacted documents surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein case were released, revealing a web of political anomalies that defy simple explanation. For a mind obsessed with hidden systems, a sprawling true crime saga involving billionaires, intelligence agencies, and missing security footage serves as the ultimate proof of a manipulated reality. Look at the Metropolitan Correctional Center. Inside, night guards were required by protocol to check on Jeffrey Epstein every 30 minutes. That did not happen. Instead, at 5:52 a.m., a guard sitting 15 feet away typed a very specific phrase into her computer: "Latest on Epstein in jail." Exactly 38 minutes later, Epstein was found dead. The anomalies escalate from there. Chase Bank flagged a dozen cash deposits made to that exact guard's account as suspicious. One of the largest deposits, $5,000, landed on the exact same day Epstein was transferred into her specific special housing unit. Then you have Mark Middleton, a former Clinton administration aide who had flown on Epstein's jet. Middleton was found dead at an Arkansas farm he had never visited before. He was tied to a tree with an extension cord, but the cause of death was ruled a self-inflicted shotgun wound to the chest, with the weapon found 30 feet away. When official investigations brush past a timeline glitch, unexplainable cash drops, and a physically baffling crime scene, the public stops believing the reports. All these unresolved data points transform a standard political scandal into a foundational pillar of modern digital paranoia. That distrust extends to the very top. It is exceedingly rare to see a former president deposed by Congress regarding a global trafficking ring, but that is exactly what happened with Bill Clinton. During his testimony, Clinton minimized his relationship with Epstein, describing him as a vacuum cleaner who just wanted to suck up financial and political information. He framed their interactions as strictly philanthropic, insisting he saw no wrongdoing. Meanwhile, internal FBI documents tell a much darker story about the political elite, including Donald Trump. The Bureau maintained a tip log compiling severe allegations from citizens regarding high-profile parties and cover-ups. The FBI processed these claims using a 3-column document. Left, the allegation. Right, the caller's history. Middle, the resolution. But that middle column is where investigations died. Despite horrific accusations, the Bureau dismissed tips by repeatedly stamping them, "No contact made." The evasion is institutional. When Ghislaine Maxwell-Maxwell was she pleaded the fifth to every single question. Her attorney explicitly stated she possesses the truth about both President Clinton and President Trump, but will only share it if she is granted clemency. When federal law enforcement systematically shelves tips, and the highest levels of government and finance evade accountability under oath, the blog's core assumption is proven. The real systems of power operate entirely in the shadows. Let's step back from the grime of this specific political conspiracy and return to the broader, chaotic scope of the blog's archive pages. If the material world is demonstrably controlled by corrupt power structures that can effectively erase crimes, a natural question arises. What other historical or spiritual truths have been intentionally hidden from the public? This is why the blog treats esoteric concepts like Gnosticism, the ancient pursuit of direct, hidden, and divine knowledge, with the exact same investigative rigor as a redacted FBI file. If the present is a lie, ancient history likely is too. It also explains the deep dive into futurism. In a world where truth is highly engineered by elites, Concepts like artificial intelligence and simulation theory stop looking like science fiction. They look like the next logical steps in a manipulated reality. The chaotic curation of the chronically online algorithm functions as a hyper-rational coping mechanism. It represents a relentless attempt to assemble a true, unredacted picture of a broken world.